Hey everyone, I'm going to do my reflection on the scriptures for today, and also to thank all of you who are continuing to support me with my social media, with my speaking, and with everything that I am accomplishing. With God's people, we are called to live out of abundance. And we care for ourselves, we care for family, we care for community. Together, we are strong. So for today's readings, I do my research always before I give my talk. And what I'm focusing on is, Lord, help me to keep your laws so that I can be strong in you. If we look at the first reading for today, God is reassuring his people that they were not captured and they are not going to be captured. There are two smouldering stumps, two kings. In Catholicism, we don't take things literally in the Bible. So there's a lot of things in the Bible that are imagery. And the two stumps are these two kings that came against his people. And they tried to trap them. But they are smoldering stumps. They have no power over these people. And they have no power over us as his people. And the psalm reassures us of that God is our provider. And that if we pay attention to what miracles have occurred in our lives, what has been done in our lives, then we move forward and the retribution doesn't come on us. But if we don't, God is sorrowful, and God says it will be harder for us on that day when we sit in front of God or we stand in front of God than Sodom or Gomorrah, because there are great miracles that have been worked in our lives, whether it's saving of health or saving from capturing or saving from slavery, or even God saving our lives, the lives of our children, through physicians, through the supports around us. And so for me, part of what I do when I have teams reporting into me is I coach them, or people who have come to Canada new, that are looking to integrate, that are looking to move forward. I take them from point A to point B. And it's the same with my career transition. So the unemployment, it's a smoldering stump. I need to leave it behind and I need to move forward. All the past managers, the past situations, they can't hurt me anymore. They are historical. The people I reported into 10 years ago, they're historical. They don't stay in touch with me. They're not part of my life. And I don't have anything to do with them. So these historical things, God is saying it's already a smoldering stump. So you need to move forward into what my future holds for you. And you do that with prayer. You do that with not giving up. I also have a very unique background. So I have a background of having global experience, HR executive experience, and operations experience. Not everybody has that background. And that makes me very unique in the roles that I'm applying to, in the roles that I'm being selected for. It's a unique background. It's not a place of desolation. It's a place where I am moving forward with all the skills and experience I have. I'm not fresh out of high school. I'm not looking for my first summer job. I'm not looking for something that is desperation. I'm looking to build on my skills, on my experience, and to get an income coming in. I've also had the opportunity to work in many different countries. I've worked in Zimbabwe running HR. I've worked in South Africa. I've worked in London, England. I've worked in Canada. I've worked in America. All those are proof that I'm not a charlatan, that I have experience, that I take initiative. Nobody came and spoon-fed me all those opportunities. I had to go out, I had to network with people, I had to talk to people. I had to join groups. I had to go to events. I had to be open to changing even the language. So for example, when you come here from England, the document that you present, that you send out to recruiters, is called a resume. It's called a CV in England, a curriculum vitae. You can have a 12-page CV in England and it will be accepted, because the more depth you can provide to show your skills, your experience, what you've done, the better the employer values it. In here, in Canada and North America, they wanted 2 pages, 3 pages at most. And when you have a wealth of experience, trying to get that down to 2 or 3 bullet points is very, very challenging. So I have to look at all of my skills, all of my experience, even in the church. I didn't just start volunteering in the church. I volunteered at Blessed Sacrament from 2007. Before that, I went to a church at Brownsline and Lakeshore, a Catholic church. Prior to that, I attended church in England while I was on a working holiday. And before that, I was with the church in South Africa. I went to Trinity House, so we had our mass in the residence. And prior to that, my parents raised me as a little girl as a Catholic in Kwekwe, in Zimbabwe. I went to Kwekwe High School. I knew our matron. I knew the headmaster. I held positions of responsibility from the time I was in junior school as a prefect, as captain on teams. So all of these things speak to my proven ability to be reliable, to be responsible, and to be resilient. I faced 12 years of unemployment, and I haven't given up. In those 12 years, I've had long periods of unemployment, and from dawn to dusk, I have not stopped searching for an opportunity. From dawn to dusk, I have gone to networking events. I've sat diligently at home and applied to Glassdoor, Indeed, company websites. I've applied diligently to upgrade my skills. I haven't sat at home for the last 2 years and said, oh well, I might as well give up. I might as well retire. Because look at this, I've had 12 years of unemployment and I still can't get a decent paid job. I've said no, God's promises are also for me. I am not giving up. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's sad to lose my job. But also look at what's happening to Teleperformance. They've had tremendous challenges. They haven't been able to fix my ID to work. They haven't been able to find a position for me. Even knowing that they trained me, I'm qualified, I have all the skills and knowledge to help build up the company. Their share prices are falling. I have the HR skills. I have the operations skills, but they can't find anything for me. So I could say, oh well, you know what, give up. You work in these banks, you work in the hospital, you work in healthcare, you work in education, and you always land up being unemployed. So you might as well give up. What's the point? But that's not my attitude. If that was my attitude, I wouldn't have graduated. I wouldn't be upgrading my skills when I'm at home. I wouldn't be researching the companies. Because with companies, I don't just apply. I don't just sit and click send, 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 send. I research the company. I look at where their address is. How long is it going to take me to get there? I try to apply for roles in downtown Toronto because that's what I love. I love being in the city. I love being in that financial hub. I love being in the path. That's what I love. And it's central. So there are stumps in my life, but there are smouldering stumps. And what God is saying to me and what God is saying to you is that you are too important. You are too important for me to just let this go and say, you know what? Do what you want. Sin. Don't come to God. Don't accept God's love. But I'm telling you that on that day that you appear before me, your heart will break. because you'll look back and you'll see all the amazing things that I did in your life and that I did in the life of your people. And your heart will break because you will say, we should have done it differently. We should have stayed faithful to our God. And because people stayed faithful, in that Old Testament passage, you see that God saves them. And so it is with us too. It would be easier to say, you know what, turn to prostitution, turn to sex work. You didn't grow up in a two-parent home, but I did. I had my dad with me for the first 5 years of my life. By the time you're 7, your values are formed. I also had a very hard-working mother. I had good examples in my life in our Indian community. So, sorry to disappoint, Satan, but I'm not giving up. So remember to stay focused, stay strong, stay prepared, stay safe, and to stay with the Lord. Because together we are strong.